19 years of marriage is an entire era, a foundation on which what seemed to be a strong family was built. 2 children, a teenage son and an adult daughter, are the living embodiment of love and joint efforts. Life flowed steadily, without turbulent passions or serious conflicts. The wife, loyal and devoted, giving no reason for doubt whatsoever. A classic family idol that many dream about. But as it turned out, behind the facade of well-being lay a crack that over time became deeper and wider. The first alarm bell rang in 2011. An accidental find on social media, a candid message from her college classmate full of hidden desire and hints. Explanations, tears, vows of love and repentance. For the sake of the children, for the sake of preserving the family, forgiveness was granted. But the seed of doubt had been sown, and since then, vigilance crept into their relationship. Life returned to its usual course, but something changed. Sex, though frequent, more often initiated by the husband. Lack of affection from his wife attributed to fatigue and daily routine. Yet deep down, there remained this nagging feeling, something wasn't right. Then, after all those years, the nightmare repeated itself. Another message from the same person, disguised under a woman's name. Minimal correspondence, yet enough to reopen old wounds. Excuses, attempts at convincing him of innocence. But trust had already been eroded. The final straw came with a folder of photos found on her phone. Nude pictures, selfies intended not for her husband but another man. Confession, he admired her body, something her husband never did. Betrayal, deceit, double life unfolding right before his eyes. How could she sink so low? How could she lie for years while looking straight into his eyes? How could she send intimate photographs to another man when he remained unaware? The decision was made, to gather her belongings and put them outside the door. There were no longer any strength left to believe false promises. She'd been given a second chance, but didn't use it. This betrayal wasn't just one casual exchange, it was systematic lies, destruction of trust, desecration of family values. This story serves as a bitter reminder that even within the most prosperous families lurks a deep fissure. It underscores the importance of honesty, openness, and constant work on relationships. Love isn't merely words, it's actions too. Trust is fragile, easily lost, hard to regain. Now comes the difficult period, living through the pain of betrayal, sorting oneself out, finding the strength to move forward. But it's crucial to remember that life goes on, and dawn always follows the darkest night. I couldn't bear it anymore. Putting her things outside the door, I felt emptiness rather than relief. 19 years of life, shared memories, kids, all collapsed in an instant. I knew ahead lay a challenging period filled with pain, hurt, disappointment. But I also understood there was no other way. I couldn't live in lies, I couldn't trust someone who cruelly betrayed me again. The initial days were the hardest. The house felt empty and cold. Of course, my kid sensed everything. My older daughter reacted understandingly, but my son was shocked. He didn't understand why Mom left, why we weren't together anymore. Seeing his confusion and helplessness pained me deeply. I tried being close to him as much as possible, explaining what happened, although naturally avoiding details. My ex-wife attempted contacting me, begging for a meeting, pleading for another chance. However, I stood firm. I didn't want to hear her excuses or false promises anymore. If I gave her another chance, it would only delay the inevitable. Sooner or later she'd betray me again, and I wouldn't survive it. I sought help from a psychologist to deal with the pain and resentment. He helped me sort through my feelings, understand that I wasn't responsible for what happened. He taught me how to forgive, not just her, but myself too. Divorce was tough but unavoidable. We divided assets, established visitation rights for the kids. I strived to minimize harm done to them. Months passed. Pain gradually subsided, leaving a scar behind. Slowly, I began returning to normalcy. Spending more time with my kids, friends, work. Joined a gym, started doing things I'd long postponed. I'm unsure what's waiting for me in the future. Maybe I'll meet love again, maybe stay alone. What I do know is that I'll never allow anyone to betray me so harshly ever again. I'll pay closer attention to my emotions, listen better to my intuition. And I'll remember that love isn't solely passion and romance, it's honesty, loyalty, respect. This tale has become a heavy lesson for me. A lesson showing that even in the strongest families, betrayal can occur. That you should cherish what you have and avoid taking love for granted. A lesson teaching that you need to be strong and able to forgive in order to keep moving forward. Though I've lost my family, I haven't lost faith in love. I believe somewhere out there, true love awaits me, love based on honesty, trust, mutual respect. And I'll be ready for it when it arrives.